Happy Sunday. What's today? It's April 7th, I think. And I'm coming to you today from my home, from one of my favorite places, my garden, my home. It's a pretty relaxed Sunday evening here. It's a little after 6 p.m. And I thought I would come out and do a quick video, kind of a hybrid this time. It's a recap of a few different things that I've mentioned and I wanted to share with you guys because I have been getting some specific questions via email and other means. So here's what I have to say. I made a couple of videos a little while ago about doing an investment tour in the Dominican Republic. And the short answer to some of the questions I've been getting is yes, it's still a thing. The first video was talking about doing something in April, which is this month, and the second video said May. What has happened since then is that I was contacted by some representatives from the Dominican government who, as a result of an online article that was done on me and my son, the online article, in case you're interested, is in Travel Noir magazine. Evidently they saw that piece and checked out some of my like the YouTube channel and other social media outlets, Instagram, anyway, and contacted me and said, hey, listen, we're interested in this. We want to work with you and support you. And so now I am in the process of, I guess, kind of partnering with them to do some of this investment tour work as well as some other possibilities. So it's a little bit of a slower process now. I'm really waiting on them at the moment to follow up with me and see what the first and second and third steps will be. So that's what's happening with the investment tour. Yes, it's a thing. The date at the moment is unknown because of that. So that's what's going on. The other thing, I know two more things in terms of property and investment here. Right now I'm speaking only about real estate investment. One, if you have any interest in coming for a vacation just to visit, and you'd like some help with that, at least in the town where I live, which is called Las Terrenas, Terrenas, I can absolutely help you with that. There's some beautiful, beautiful villas here, or condos or a hotel, whatever you want. So there's lots of options. I think it's one of the most beautiful places on the island, if not the most beautiful place, in terms of having a beach community, beautiful villas, access to some nice shopping, restaurants, things like that. It's super tranquil. It's the relaxed vibe that most people think of when they want a Caribbean vacation. But there's also like a little nightlife. If you want to go dancing, you can do that. You can take dance classes. It's a lot of fun and absolutely relaxing. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'm happy to help you. And the other thing around real estate is that I was speaking with someone recently here about the notion of helping some of the locals, because as you probably know, the Dominican Republic is a developing nation. It's often referred to as a poor country, and it is poor. There are a lot of people who live very in little means, and there are also many of us who live here who are from other countries and who recognize the drastic difference and who are interested in doing something to help people. So this woman I was speaking to mentioned doing an affordable housing project, and how and when and all the details are not yet worked out. But I wanted to share that with you because there may be some people out there who are also interested in helping. And I'm talking about helping Dominicans and Haitians who live here and work for usually next to nothing and often live in very sort of dire conditions, helping them have access to housing that is nice. For costs that they can afford. So that's just something that is kind of bubbling now in the minds of a few people, but you never know. Sharing the information is how things get started sometimes. So that's the part I have for real estate investment in the DR. My second comment is just a little touch on something I'm going to get into a little bit later on in a full video, which is production. Television, film, music videos, that kind of production here in the Dominican Republic is a huge thing. It's a great opportunity. I've mentioned before, I do entertainment work. As a lawyer, I do contracts for a number of production companies and help find investors here, all that kind of thing. This is a wonderful, wonderful country to film in, to produce in, all of that. It's a great location. It is not just beaches. There's lots more here. They've got, skyscrapers and underground subway, all kinds of things, right, that a lot of people just don't know about, as well as different types of climates and rainforest, waterfalls, underground water caves for diving and all kinds of things, desert areas, just a lot of stuff. So keep that in mind. One of the great benefits of producing here is that there's a 25% transferable tax credit, which is huge. Production costs tend to be much lower here. Labor is certainly much lower. So if anyone has any interest in doing that type of work, I'm absolutely your liaison here. I can put you in touch with the major production companies and some of the smaller ones, makeup artists, all that kind of thing, camera operators, equipment, you name it. So I've already done the legwork. I can shorten that lead time for you. Be happy to help. So that's number 2. Okay, I'm getting through this list. Number 3. This is one of my favorites also. So this is about general wellness. I've done a number of videos on how I personally want to, not just want to, but I'm working to improve the quality of my life, take my life to the next level, do things that I love, do things that are helpful to me, and how I get there. So sure, many of us want to live better lives or make more money or have a different home or whatever you choose, and that's great. Part of what I've been talking about in this video series is what you do when things get bumpy, when it gets tough, because if you're having a wonderful day, that's easy to navigate, but when things get tough, that's what I wanted to sort of touch on again, and I wanted to share with you that as I've been going through my process, and it has been a little bumpy, there have been times when I've wondered, what is it? Am I not doing enough of something? Do I need to just pull back a little bit? Kind of what's going on? And so I want to just send you a very general message today, which is do not give up. Absolutely, when you're going through this process of trying to get to another level, trying to achieve something that's bigger than you've done before, you're going to experience times where you question if you're doing something wrong because you may not see results in the time frame or in the manner that you expected to. You may feel that certain things are kind of falling apart in your life, maybe certain relationships are falling away. You may feel dissatisfied with where you're living. I spoke to someone today who said specifically that she has let her business is pretty much shut down over the past year, and she's felt very, very strongly because of a number of things that have been happening in her life that she needs to move to another city, and she's planning to. And she's also planning a visit to the DR, so just to get a break. Because if nothing else, your body often tells you that you need to change. If you're having trouble sleeping, if you have chronic headaches, if you just feel like you can't breathe, there's a weight on your chest, if you feel depressed all the time or anxious. And I've read, I guess depression is worrying about things that have happened in the past. Anxiety is worrying about things that have yet to happen, things in the future. How am I going to pay this bill? What's going to happen with this person? What am I going to do tomorrow? Things like that. All those things are signs that there needs to be a change made. So there are lots of different ways to do it. I've shared some of the tips in a prior video. I absolutely believe in writing things down. I have my journal here, one of my journals, because I have several that I write in. Affirming yourself on a daily basis is really key to get yourself to feel good about who you are and what's happening in your life, even if it's not what you want to be ultimately or where you want to be ultimately in terms of a situation. Affirm where you are, affirm yourself, feel good about yourself. It's going to make things feel much better. Let me do a quick check again. Okay, so in terms of not giving up and remaining focused. So if you have a goal, let's say your goal is to move to another city, right? Start a new business, start a new life, have a new chapter in your life. Remain focused on that, even when it feels like you're not seeing the results that you want to. Remember that when you plant something, and what we're doing is planting seeds of intention, right? The first step is to just decide, I want something different. I want a better type of life. I want a better feeling experience. And so you plant that intention, and you begin to think about, wow, what will it feel like when I get there? What will it feel like to not wake up in the morning and have stress, or not feel heart palpitations, or not be constantly worried about a situation? What will that feel like, right? What if that were happening right now? How would that be? And allow that what if moment to shift you into the feeling of what it's going to be like when you get there. And then as you walk through that and you keep practicing the what if, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited, and all those feelings, and you begin to then mentally make a checklist of like, well, if I'm going to make this change, I need to do something, this, number one, right? I need to research perhaps some places to live, or a new opportunity to work, or whatever it may be. If you want to lose some weight, I need to start looking at how I can change my habits. Maybe I need to throw away some of the things I have in my home currently and buy some other things instead of the junk I've been buying. Whatever it is for you, you're going to know that there's certain things you're going to want to start doing. And then please remember people, that This is very much a process. Change takes time. As much as people talk about manifesting poof like that, it is a process. First, you've got to shift your belief, one that you can have the thing that you're talking about. You've got to start believing that it's possible. If you are doubting, then that's going to make it difficult for you to create what you want. So believe that it's possible. Keep walking through it day by day, even when you don't see anything, right? When we plant seeds in the ground, you don't see a sprout the next day. You don't see a flower or an ear of corn or an apple on a tree right away, right? It takes time, but you have to believe that if you water it enough, not too much, not too little, right? You water it, speak some words of positivity over it, let some sunshine happen, all those kinds of things. You give it what it needs, basically, which is just a supportive environment. So in terms of your thoughts, maintain a supportive environment, the fertile ground of your mind, which is believing that you can have whatever you want. Believe that you can have it. And then know that although you can't see the new job or the new home or whatever it is right away, it's sprouting roots. It's beginning to take root in the soil of your mind, in the soil of the universe, just like an actual seed would take root in the ground. And eventually you will see a sprout that breaks above the surface. You'll get a phone call, or you'll hear from someone, or something will happen, an opportunity will open up, a door will open up to let you know, wow, this is it is happening. So stay faithful, stay committed, don't give up. You have to know that what you want is coming. And I'm saying this to you, I'm also saying it to myself, because I too have been through some of that lately, where I'm like, well, wait a second, all these things seem to be lining up so perfectly, and it was all going on track. Like, for example, the thing with the Dominican government. They contacted me. I had another situation where some business people here contacted me and offered me these opportunities. And I was like, sure, and we're walking through some of these things and starting to get going. And then all of a sudden it was kind of like crickets a little bit, right? Like not the same momentum that I had felt initially. And I really wondered, like, well, did I do something? What happened? And I realized, no, just wait. Seeds are planted. Now you have to trust the time frame. Now you have to trust that when it's time for you to do these different things, these projects or whatever it is, it will come to pass. Now, it may not be what I expected it to be. It may not look like what I expected it to look like, or with the people necessarily that I thought would be involved. But I continue to believe that these things will happen. Right? Because I know what I want, and I know what has already presented itself. And so the same with you. If you know what you want and you're clear, don't worry about when it looks like it's not happening. You keep believing. Your belief is the fuel. Your belief and you're setting the intention for the thing to happen is the fuel. Okay? So that's a really important piece. I hope you can really hug that piece and love it and really appreciate what that means and begin to implement that for yourself. All right, let's see. I think I had one final thing to mention to you. Oh yeah, that's just about, so YouTube has implemented a new policy, which I don't love because it doesn't allow me to do live streaming anymore from my mobile device, which is how I always do them. I don't want to walk around with a laptop and live stream. That's not very convenient. The new policy dictates that only content creators like myself who have over 1,000 or more subscribers are able to access the live streaming feature via mobile. Well, I'm only at about just under 150. So we need more people. We need a lot more people before I can live stream on my mobile. By the way, if you're a new subscriber, thank you so very much for joining, and I'm really happy to have you. I hope that I provide some content that is interesting and useful and hopefully inspirational in whatever way. If there's anything any of you would like to hear about, whether it relates to the Dominican Republic or wellness or things like that, please feel free to ask me. As I said, I've got many emails from a number of people about different subjects. I'm happy to talk about whatever it is. If I don't know some of the answers, I can research them and try to give you some good feedback. There's this little curl sticking out here. It's always one little errant curl. That's like my life, right? It kind of all sticks together. There's one little thing usually that's just off to the side. Anyway, welcome to everybody. I'm really happy to get to know you, I guess. I don't know, you're gonna get to know me more and share with you. I'm excited. I feel like I have a great life. There's a lot more I want to do. Things are not perfect, but things are good. And they're even better the more I stop to appreciate them. And that's one of the messages I try to repeat over and over again, is appreciate what you do have, appreciate where you are, appreciate your health, people in your life that you love, that are kind to you, good situations, the sunny day, warm water, whatever it may be, okay? That's my message for today. I'm sending you love, light, peace, and joy. Mwah. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.